to monitor and bring you all the updates from it as we get them. But we now move on as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that he will convene his cabinet later this week to decide on the next steps in the war in Gaza. Speaking at a government meeting, Netanyahu said the Israeli military would be instructed on how to achieve three core objectives. That is, defeating Hamas, securing the release of hostages, and ensuring that Gaza no longer poses a threat to Israel. Let's listen in to the Israeli Prime Minister.
אנחנו צריכים להמשיך לעמוד יחד ולהילחם יחד כדי להשיג את מטרות המלחמה שהצבנו, את כולן. את הכרעת האויב, שחרור חטופינו, והבטחה שעזה לא תהווה יותר איום על ישראל. בהמשך השבוע אני אכנס לקבינט כדי להנחות את צה"ל כיצד להשיג את שלוש המטרות הללו, כולן בלי יוצא מן הכלל.
Well, this comes as in Jerusalem, Israelis have taken to the streets, staging demonstrations against the government and demanding an end to the war in Gaza. Well, thank you for staying with us, Ali. Of course, a couple of points here for us to touch on. Firstly, let's look at Benjamin Netanyahu's comments about a potential plan that will be spoken to his troops about. Of course, his aims, I've listed them, they've been the same since the start. He wants to disband and disarm Hamas. He wants the return of hostages and to make sure that no attack like October the 7th can happen again. What do you think that plan could potentially be for his troops?
First of all, Joshua, in Israeli community, there is a special, they are opposite the Israeli militant operation in Gaza, the Gazian's chariot, which start in May 2025 up to now. All the militant general, they are questioning what's the purpose of fighting in Gaza and for the ground invasion of Gaza. Israel is sizing more than 75% of Gaza and just only 15% has been remained. And also Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to take a green light to invade Al-Mawasi and Deir al-Balah in south part of Gaza. This also Israeli community deeply criticized the aims of war, and most of the Israeli writers and most of the Israelis left wing, they are criticizing this operation and they are demanding for explaining the purpose of the war, especially if Benjamin Netanyahu is arguing or pursuing to release the captive in Gaza or hostages. So most of the Israeli commander, they are warning Benjamin Netanyahu this completely sizing Gaza, it may pose the danger to the Israelis hostages. Hamas last 2 weeks released a footage that showing the miserable situation for the Israeli captive in the tunnel while he was digging a wall in tunnel. So that's increased the protest in Israel,
yes,
especially about the situation of the Israeli captive. They are suffering like the Palestinians from the starvation and the famine. So that's increased the protest and also the lambast of Israel's government. Benjamin Netanyahu now he's in tough place while he's trying to buy a time about his government coalition, especially Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, who both of them they are creating a pressure for Benjamin Netanyahu to continue the war in Gaza, while most of the Israelis community and ministers they are against the operation in Gaza. This is on one hand. On other hand, Joshua, I can the Witkoff visit to Israel and Gaza. Witkoff he met the family of Israelis captive and he confirmed that he and Benjamin Netanyahu they are working and dedicating their time to serve the issue. I mean to release the hostages. Hamas confirmed that it's ready to release the hostages in one time, but they have one condition to Israel to stop the war and for long-term truce between Gaza and Israel. Last week, the negotiation, the indirect talk between Hamas and Israel reached to the dead back unfortunately, we are waiting. Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to practice the pressure on Hamas. The same aim for...
Yes, Ali, I'm conscious of time, and we do have another point to come to, but thank you for that insight. Please do stay with us as we move to a related